Hello everyone. It has been quite some time since I've last shown my face or made an appearance or even posted on this YouTube channel, but if you're here, hello, thank you for clicking. There are probably a lot of questions as to why I disappeared for as long as I have, and in this video I'm just going to be going over it all, not in too much detail because, you know, let's be honest, people don't really care. But I'll be going over it in just a little bit of detail, and I'm just going to be explaining and telling you what the plans are for the future of this channel. So if you've not been keeping an eye on my YouTube channel, you will not know that it has actually been 2 years now since I last posted a YouTube video, which is crazy. That is definitely the longest I've ever gone since I've started making YouTube videos. That's the longest I've gone without ever posting a video. I started posting YouTube videos all the way back when I was 12, 13 years old. Things were very different back then when I first started making YouTube videos. To be honest with you, I was 12 years old, I was inspired by other YouTube videos. I just did it because I wanted to be famous. Just throwing it out there. I was 12 years old. I had a very narrow perspective on what it meant to make YouTube videos, and I just thought if I just recorded weird, stupid little reviews with my iPhone camera, people will subscribe to me, and in 10 years time I will be a world-class famous YouTuber. Well, 10 years have gone by and I am not that, and I don't really want that. Obviously dreams and perspectives have changed since then, but the reason I carried on for as long as I did is because around sort of 5 years into content creating, although I knew that I would never get fame from it or money, it was beginning to be more of a hobby that I enjoyed doing because I enjoyed interacting with the community. I have a very small subscriber count. I think at this current moment we're sitting at about 600 subscribers, and in comparison to other channels that is literally a grain of rice. But to me it means a lot because though it was never really for money or fame, even though when I started at literally 12 years old, that was what it was for because it was what everyone was doing and I wanted to jump on that bandwagon. Now that I'm 23 years old, I'm like, well, definitely don't want to be a YouTuber, but I really did enjoy making content, especially in the last sort of 4 years where my content really did increase in quality now that I've got obviously the nice trusty DSLR and I've got a laptop that can edit and I have editing programs and I have people that can help me out, and I actually really started to enjoy it for that reason. And even though my content never got like thousands and thousands of views, that's not what it was for, because now I look back, I'm like, if I really wanted to do it for the fame and the money, I would have stopped a really long time ago, but I didn't. And the reason I stuck around was because of you guys, because everyone is so supportive and I really do enjoy just making content and streaming and things like that. So your main question may be, why did I stop posting YouTube videos? And the simple answer to that is adulting. Obviously, as I said earlier, I started making content when I was very young, and back then I had all of the time in the world to make YouTube videos, and although I did go to school and go to college, I still had loads of free time to make the videos and I had a lot of inspiration and things like that at the time. But as I've gotten older, I did lose a little bit of interest in gaming. I don't know if I'd mentioned it briefly, excuse me, I'm gonna burp. I don't know if I'd mentioned it briefly in previous videos, but I was kind of having a bit of a gaming burnout. I was really struggling enjoying video games again, and it almost felt like a chore. And because my YouTube channel was kind of centered around gaming and I wasn't really enjoying gaming anymore, it made it really difficult for me to enjoy content creation as a whole. And rather than it just feeling like a hobby, it felt like a chore. That and the whole adulting thing, where do I start? I have a lot more responsibilities now than I did a couple years ago. Even, of course, 10 years ago, you know, back then all I cared about was getting my homework done and playing Halo 2 or something. Now I have a job that relies on me. I have, yeah, basically it's just my job. I only work part-time, but you know, it does take up a lot of my time, and usually after work I'm just absolutely shattered and don't want to do anything. And though I do play a lot of video games in my free time, setting up all the equipment and stuff was just not what I wanted to do after a long day of work. And that basically just went on for 2 years of not doing that. Although to some of you, I've not been totally MIA. If you follow me on Twitter or, X or Instagram, I have stayed relatively active, especially on my Instagram account. I post a lot of just nerdy stuff, when I pick up new games. So you can follow me on there, just a quick plug of my Instagram. And my Twitter is always down in the description. X, sorry, I'm always gonna call it Twitter. I'm sorry, I can't go, oh yeah, follow me on X. It just sounds not right. It's Twitter. I still post it on there quite regularly, and although I don't always tweet or anything like that, I'm always watching in the least creepy way possible. So what is the future for this channel? Well, lately I've been wanting to dip my toes into streaming. There are a lot of games that I still need to complete that are relatively relevant to my channel. One of the main games that I'd been promising to stream for the longest time is Life is Strange Before the Storm, but specifically the remastered version. My last YouTube video on this channel actually was me talking about the Life is Strange Remastered collection, and since then I have completed the first Life is Strange, and obviously I've completed all of the Life is Strange games before, but I never played Before the Storm Remastered, and I was specifically saving that to stream it or record it for you guys because that game means a hell of a lot to me still all these years later. And I think it would be a missed opportunity for me to not capture my reaction to replaying the game. Considering it has been about 6 years since I last played it as well, even though I know what happens obviously, there are a lot of details that I've forgotten about, so it'd just be nice to capture that and for you guys to watch my reaction, and I'd been promising to do it for a really long time, and that is one thing I've not done, is I still haven't played Before the Storm Remastered. I actually have it installed on my PS5 and I still haven't touched it. I also want to replay Life is Strange True Colors, even though I have beaten the game and got the Platinum Trophy. That was on my PS4. Now I have a PS5, I have a copy of Life is Strange True Colors on my PS5, so I think it'd be really cool to go back and play the game again and also platinum it again, but on the PS5, and also capture my reactions and things like that. I know obviously I know obviously it's not as entertaining as watching someone play the game for the very first time, but that is kind of what I wanted to do and want to do. So the Life is Strange games. Also, I would really like to stream some Animal Crossing. I've not been into the game for like 2 years, and lately I've been feeling an itch to play it again, but only under the condition that I'm streaming it. And another game that I've been really into lately is Minecraft. I've recently gotten back into Minecraft and I've been playing with my friend, and I've also been playing solo, and I would really like to stream those adventures for you guys and just to catch up and things like that.
Right. You absolute numpty.
But I don't want to just do streaming, I do want to go back to making the videos that I used to make. Now, I know it may be easy to say, well, why don't you just do an upload schedule? But if anyone has been watching me long enough, you will know that I cannot stick to an upload schedule because I have a very complicated relationship with upload schedules, and when I try and follow an upload schedule, it's just pressure, and that pressure kind of eliminates the fun for me. Rather than it feeling like something I'm supposed to enjoy doing, it starts to feel like a chore. Another thing to add is sometimes it's really difficult for me to record videos. I live in a very noisy house. About 3 years ago, I used to live in the room next door, and it was a very small room, and this room was my mother's bedroom, and she was never in it during the day. She obviously only came in here to sleep, whereas I spent a lot of time in my bedroom because my TV's in there, my Xbox and my PlayStation were in there, and I didn't share a wall with anybody, so I could usually record any time I wanted and not have to worry too much about background noise. Also, back then we only had 3 dogs. Now we have 6. Not my decision, by the way. It's my mum's. It is my mum who's the crazy dog lady, not me. That, and I also share a wall, said wall, with my brother, and he is very noisy. If he's not on Discord with his friends, he's singing very loudly, and I do not want that in the background of my videos. If you've watched my New Year's streams, which I've done for the past 2 New Years, you can usually hear him talking or singing in the background, and that is pretty much what I have to live with every time he's home. And pretty much every time he's home, he is noisy, and it's not usually his fault. It is because we just share a wall, and the walls in my house are like paper thin, so I could be recording right now and my dogs could be like moving around downstairs and you could probably hear them. It is so difficult to get peace and quiet in this house, and that was my chair. Ideally, I would like a little bit more of a quiet environment to film my videos so it's less distracting. So that is another excuse as well as to why I've not posted videos, is it's just really hard to find a day to record. Streaming, not so much. Streaming is a little bit more of a laid back thing, so I don't really mind the background noise when I'm streaming, but when I'm recording videos, it's very off-putting and very annoying. For that reason, I tend to avoid recording videos on most days because my family are home most days, and when they are home, they can be kind of noisy. So that is the reason as well why I don't really record and haven't recorded since moving rooms. As you may notice, the background is a little bit different. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry that it has been a little bit all over the place. I've not scripted this at all, and I've just kind of been speaking from the top of my head. I just didn't really see the point in doing a script or even just making a list of things to talk about, because I would anyway get sidetracked. Like, there's no such thing as being organised when I film a video. It is always just a mess, and then when it gets to editing, I just kind of, you know, edit it to make a little bit more sense. Prime example number one. Yes, literally just filming, and my mum knocked on the door to let me know that we were having KFC for dinner. Anyway, I really do appreciate everyone that's been so patient with me through these last 2 years and have stayed in touch. I really, really do appreciate it. I will get back to making videos a lot more sooner than you guys think, but before the videos, it probably will be streaming, so keep an eye out. I'm going to be streaming on this YouTube channel. I did have this whole thing where I wanted to stream on Twitch, but that isn't something I really want to do now. I think it's just best to stream here because I know that is where all you guys are at. Again, sorry about this being a bit of a jumbled mess. And I felt like that once I pressed the record button, I would know what to say. Never know what to say. Thank you so much for sitting through this video and listening to me, and I hope to speak to you guys very, very soon. Take care.